Well, the situation still remains quite tense here in Diepsloot. In fact, community members are telling us that the crime in this area has not stopped really. It has been continuing despite the protests that have taken place in this community. Of course, you recall that last week residents had taken to the streets. They had burned some of those structures and shacks that they say are harboring criminals in this area. And the big accusation is that it's some of the foreign nationals that are behind some of the heinous crime in this community. When you look at the crimes that are committed, most of them would be robberies that will involve a shooting of some sort, where people are, shot and killed in this community. And just hearing from the community members about what has happened over this weekend, despite those protests, it is evident that the crime situation here is really out of control and that it doesn't show any signs of improving. In fact, we are told that just this weekend there were 2 people that were shot in robberies again here in this community, and it just again leaves residents here feeling a bit unsafe. And they are saying that they are really hoping to hear whether they will get an answer from the president's office as to whether he's going to come to this community. They've made a request and invited him through the delegation that went to the union buildings last week, hoping that the president will come and listen to their concerns. But of course, they're still waiting. They'll get an answer tomorrow as to whether the president or the ministers will be able to come and exactly when that is likely to happen. They are saying that this will determine whether they will continue with their protest or not. But I want to get into the crime that allegedly happened here in this community over the weekend. And joining me now is the CPF chair of this area, Vincent Doe. Thank you, Vincent, for your time. You say that there have been 2 people that were shot this weekend alone, and you actually assisted in one of those incidents. What happened?
What happened, Manqoba, is that I was asleep by the time when I got a call that one of the community members had been shot. Because as a community leader, when something like this happens, they will call. And then the other reason they called is that the guy who was shot, the police came. When the police came, then the police said, you have to find on transport. They told the guys to find the transporter to take the guy to the hospital. That's when they called me, because normally most of the time when people are injured here, I always wake up, carry the people on my back, and then take them to hospital. That's what I can say for now.
So we also hear that it's not only this 23-year-old man, but also a woman that was also shot in a robbery.
Yeah, it was like a drama movie, if I can say, because or a movie. Because when I see, by the time I took the boy to the clinic, when we get there, it was like by the time they took the boy out of the stretcher to put him inside where they will be treating him, then 10 minutes time, there was a guy who is coming driving on a bakkie. There was a lady screaming there. They shot her 2 bullets. And then she was screaming, and then she was taken inside. I was asking, where is she coming from? She's coming still at the same extension where that boy was shot, which is extension 11.
And this is the very extension that we are speaking from, extension 11. The shootings happened just around the corner from here. Is the crime getting any better according to what you are seeing? I mean, given the fact that there has been these 2 shootings that have taken place here, we know that you call for police visibility in this area. Is it helping at all, or do you think that nothing is changing?
Yeah, the police visibility, I think they're doing it in wrong time, because I don't want to lie that they were not here. They were here yesterday. There were a lot of police yesterday here, but it was around to 8, and these criminals, they operate at around 10, 11, 12, on 1. That's where they operate. If the police visibility can be around that time, then maybe the criminals will know that this place, they won't be playing in these places. Because if they're here at around to 8, they will just look at them. By that time, the criminals are eating or are doing something, planning their next move. That's how it is. And then by the time they went back, that's when the criminals started to do their things. But if the police can be here at from around past 11 to 10, 11, going upwards, then maybe something will be, they will know that the criminals will know that they are not allowed to be around this place. They won't operate in this place if the police can be visible by that time.
You're the CPF chair here. Of course, you are hands-on in fighting crime in this community. How is the crime here? How is the situation? How bad is it?
To be honest, after getting those shots of yesterday, it was escalating high. And then even before, it's only that those shots, yes, that's when we can report. But people are being mugged like every weekend. Every weekend, if somebody is being mugged, it's either they are beaten, others they are not injured, others they are injured, they're not reporting. It's happening like every time around where I stay. Because if you can check where I'm staying, I would be on. I'm staying at it's a double story. Then when you can, if it's at night, you can hear all the noises. People are crying a lot at the crying for mercy. At around that time which I mentioned, you'll be hearing people crying every time they're being mugged. Then PT now they are even shooting. That's how escalating.
So you're saying every weekend it gets worse here. People are killed. People are shot.
There are people who are not being shot to be killed, who are being mugged like they were pointed, because sometimes you get lucky, they point at you, they take your belongings, they don't shoot you. They point at you, they were beaten, they beat you, then they go. Then bad lucky, if you are not that much lucky, then they will shoot you. That's how it happens.
So it's really a community that has been badly affected by crime. And what you have said is that you want the president to come to this community. How do you expect the president to come, and what would that mean to you as residents?
Yeah, it will mean a lot to us, because at the end, the president needs Diepsloot. Where he is, he needs Diepsloot. Because there are some of the people who put him in to be a president, who elected him. And then now his people are crying at the ground. Why are we saying the president must come? Maybe they will declare soldiers. Maybe you can declare a permanent solution to this thing which is happening in this place. Because most of the time, they bring a temporal solution. And when they bring in temporal solution, it doesn't work. People will come here, they know these criminals. They will say, they know that, they are here. They will last for 3 months. Then after then, no, we'll be back to them. Then we'll just cover all those months, because we'll be beating like, let's say sometimes they were beating like 20 people. Then after 3 months, they will be beating like 40 or 50 people. Then we need a permanent thing. If they have to bring soldiers, please. Because maybe they are the one who can be patrolling in the dark street at night, because it's dark inside here. Yes, we can understand. Then by that dark, the criminals are taking advantage of the darkness.
So people are still not feeling any safer here?
No. You won't be any safer. I can tell you that when you hear anything walking, like you won't sleep like you have a peaceful sleep. They say you have a peaceful sleep. No, you can't have peaceful sleep in this area, while you know that anytime somebody else will be shooting or somebody else will be breaking in. That's how it is.
So tomorrow there is a public meeting where you are going to be giving feedback to the residents. Of course, you are also part of that delegation that went to invite the president to come to this area. What do you expect? Do you expect a positive response? And what happens then if you don't get that guarantee that the president will come?
That's when the thing will get out of control, because if the president says he doesn't want to come, and then the criminals will be doing what they are doing, then it will be left on the hands of the community to protect themselves. Then, which means the community will just raise the volume which they can hear. We just raise a little bit of the volume high for the community, so that otherwise you can hear it that, the volume is up and Diepsloot, let me go there.
So the possibility that you'll go back to the street?
Yeah, the community have to. Because definitely, why can we sit while we are dying one by one? While we are dying not one by one, now they are taking 2 by 4 or more than that. Then the community have to go back to the street to show that, please, Mr. President, come to Diepsloot, address your people, make a permanent solution to the security infrastructure, and then maybe we can have peace.
All right. Thank you, Vincent Doe, the CPF chair here in Diepsloot, just giving us, a sense of what's happening in the community. He attended to one of the shooting incidents that happened, we're told, on Friday evening. He had rushed that 23-year-old man to hospital. Just as he was there, another woman had come to the clinic, also shot. So it just tells you of how dire the situation is here as far as crime is concerned. And residents saying that they're still gripped in fear. They still fear walking on the streets. And the only solution is for them to have the president come here and to find lasting solutions, comprehensive solutions to the issues of crime in this community. Of course, there will be that public meeting tomorrow that will take place at 4 in the afternoon, where they're going to be giving feedback as far as their request for the president to come. They were promised that there will be a response by tomorrow, and that is the response that will ultimately decide what that happens in this community as far as protests are concerned and as far as the crime situation is also concerned.
Yeah, of course, Manqoba, the residents do want the president to come to Diepsloot to face them. But as we know, President Cyril Ramaphosa is currently, from what we believe, in the Western Cape, where he will be closing the ANC elective conference there. But hopefully this new week we will hear from the presidency whether or not the president will be visiting Diepsloot to address these issues there. But of course we heard from the Gauteng Police Commissioner earlier this week where he told us that they are cracking down on crime in Diepsloot. Is that the case? Have we seen more police visibility? But of course, we don't just want more deployments to Diepkloof. We want lasting solutions. But, you know, from what he said earlier in the week, have you personally heard of a better police presence in the area?
Well, community members will say that there is some police visibility, but not enough. As you heard from the CPF chair, he's saying that even the times that these police are patrolling are not really the times where you see much of the criminal activity taking place. It's round about 11 o'clock up until the early hours of the morning. And that is when they say there's not a lot of police visibility out here on the streets. In fact, this incident happened over this weekend. We know also that there was Operation Ukaumulau in this very community that was looking at, curbing crime in this area. But when you speak to residents here, some of them are even shy, or in fact not even shy, but scared to speak on camera because they fear for their lives. They're saying that even if they speak on TV, they're scared that they might also be targeted. So there's still a fear that's gripping this community. And they're saying that though the police are here, they simply feel that they're not doing enough to curb the crime. And they're hoping that there will be some sort of, a way forward when they get an answer, a response from the union buildings as to whether the president will be coming to this community, as to whether the ministers are going to be coming here. But this community is saying that they don't see any difference as far as crime is concerned. The streets are not safer, and they still feel that they want a resolution and they want permanent solutions to be offered when that delegation does ultimately come to this community. If that will happen, I think that remains to be seen.
Thank you so much. That, of course, being our reporter, Manqoba Mchunu in Diepsloot, just giving us an update there on the situation.